characters. There's a lot of characters in Total Drama, so I don't have time to rank all of them. So I'm gonna have to only rank the Total Drama Island characters. Okay, so let's start off. Okay, we're gonna start with Chris McLean and Chef. So Chris is B tier, and Chef is also B tier. Okay, because these two characters. So Chris, he has the most lines, and he's probably the funniest character on here. But in the later seasons, okay, because I'm gonna consider their like later season appearances too, like not just their Total Drama Island appearance, but like Chris, he's kind of lost it at the end of the like show. Like he's not really funny anymore, and he's just kind of just like a jerk. And Chef doesn't even do anything at the end of the show. Like in action, he's like a really good character, but then afterwards, he just doesn't do anything. He's just not even like interesting anymore. Like I don't know why they still keep Chef around even in like the reboot. The reboot he doesn't do anything either. Like he says stuff, but like he feels like such a different character. Like Chef used to be a character that like didn't really care about the like well-being of the teenagers, but then like after like but then in the reboot they make him act like how he is in Total Drama Rama. And I guess I can see it, like I guess I can see why Chef would naturally progress into that, but like it just feels out of character for Chef to act like that. Like this is not who Chef is. Chef is not a type of character like this. Like Chris, at least Chris still acts like Chris, but in his voice is all. He's honestly got the best voice out of everyone here. But like, Chris is charming. Chris is really funny, and like, I think he's like a really good host. But I think they're just B tier because they're kind of flanderized in the later seasons. And then Gwen would be an S tier for Total Drama Island, but because of Total Drama Action, she goes down to A. But then she goes back up to S in World Tour. But then in All Star, she goes back down to A, which is honestly kind of sad. But I want to put Gwen in S tier because Gwen is a really good character. In Total Drama Island, she has one of the best arcs. She learns to come out of her shell, and she becomes like a really well fleshed out character in the other seasons. Like such a relationship with Trent, I think her relationship with Trent is one of the best in Total Drama Island, and it kind of sucks in action. But in Total Drama World Tour, I kind of feel bad for her, but at the same time, I don't know what she was doing, and I don't know why her and Duncan act like they're fine with it. But then All Stars, they completely ruin her character because she becomes just a crybaby. I don't know what they wanted with Gwen. I don't know why they would make Gwen like this, because Gwen is a character who doesn't really care. So I don't know why they would make her like care so much about what Courtney thinks. Like I get why she would want to be friends with Courtney again, but like they make her such a crybaby. All Stars just like you just have to look at her design. You think she would be someone that's like, oh, I need Courtney, I need Courtney. No, so she's an S, but honestly, we might have to make a new tier. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna re-update the list at the end. Okay, so Owen, he would also go in S tier in my opinion, but I think he's just A tier. Owen is a very well fleshed character, and I really like Owen. Uh, he's got so much like life, and I'm really glad that he came back in the reboot. Because honestly, out of all the characters I would have came back in the reboot, um, I honestly think Owen was the best choice. Like Heather coming back, like that would have been really fun to see. Like see her bigger with all the new characters. Same with Duncan, and same with like any character to be fair. But I think Owen, because he's just like the mascot of the show. Like I think it feels very nice to have Owen back, and I think it was really nice to see Owen come back again. Like Owen, like although he's like, because compared to all these other characters who are kind of just like gimmicks, Owen is more than just eating and like farting. Like he gets tired of Heather a lot, and like he like his relationship with Izzy, his relationship with Noah, like especially in the Redonkulous race. Owen is definitely one of the best characters in the Redonkulous race because by the time Noah starts getting with Emma, like he becomes a realistic character, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna retire of like Noah, like having to do all like being all like lovey dovey. Okay, let's get some easy ones because these guys are all probably gonna be in S tier. Katie and Sadie are in D tier. They're not really interesting characters, nor they are anything. This is just gonna be the F tier. Yeah, like Katie and Sadie, they're both really like. I wish they were fleshed out more as characters, but honestly, Katie and Sadie have nothing going on in their life. Like, and they're kind of boring. Like, I think like when they separated Katie and Sadie, I think they both could have worked as interesting characters on their own, where they had to learn like like if they had like separation anxiety or something, it could have been a really interesting arc where they learn to like work by themselves. Sadie gets fleshed out in Island, and then Katie gets fleshed out in like Action or World Tour. Like I would have really liked that idea. Let's see. Sierra is also like probably B or C tier. I think in All Stars she's C tier. So I honestly really like Sierra. I think Sierra is a pretty funny character. In Total John World Tour, like I admit she was pretty weird. Like I feel really bad for Cody, but like Sierra was just really funny. Like she works really well as a character, and like even like when she was introduced, like she's definitely a lot better than most of these characters here. But compared to Total Drama Island standards, there are a lot of really good characters. And same with Blaney, she's also F. Wait, not same with Blaney, but she's F. Like she's a new character, and I like what they did with her, but Blaney doesn't really do anything. Like just like she doesn't really have a personality, and I really like that they tried to flesh out Blaney, but just bringing her into the competition really did absolutely nothing. Now, okay, now Eva also goes into C tier because, okay, I really like Eva's character, and I think that Eva could really work. Like, she could have worked really good in Tojan World Tour. I think Eva's, of all the characters, she's one of the most wasted potential characters. I think Eva, Noah, and Ezekiel definitely had a lot of potential to be, like, really good characters. So, that's honestly a shame that Eva didn't get used at all. And let's see, Justin goes into A tier. Justin is he's one of my favorite characters, so I would have put him in S tier. But he's in A tier because they don't really use him that much. Season 1, he's barely used. In Season 3, he's also barely used. But Season 2, Justin is just super funny. Like the way that he like treats all his like friends, like I like how very bipolar he is with basically how he acts with his friends. Like he could be like a bad person, but sometimes he's like a really good person. Like especially how he played off of Lindsay and Beth. Like they had very fun interactions. And that like Justin is just like he's one of these characters I would love to see more. Like in a new season, I would love to see. Actually, I'll get to that later. Let's go Trent. Trent is also Trent is a B tier character. Like I think I like Trent in Island, and I also really liked him in World Tour. The way they handled him in World Tour, especially in the episode where he finds out about, or in episode 18, where he finds out about what happened between him and Duncan, or between Gwen and Duncan. Like I like how he's very calm about it, and like because he knew from the beginning they were gonna get together. Like I kind of relate to Trent because like Trent just like he's the type of character that like he's just like he can just tell when like a relationship's gonna happen, and like it's just kind of frustrating like when that like when he's right, like, and I like how he doesn't like overreact about it. Like he's just like, wow, I didn't see that coming, and like because that's him. He's just a chill guy, and like I don't know why season 1 they just kept like beating the hell out of him, but like season 2 they butchered his character, which is why he's in B tier, because he would be an A tier character if otherwise. And I like how even after Gwen and Trent break up, like Trent is still a really good person to Gwen, and like he really does not want to hurt Gwen. Like, but in the last episode of Total Drama Action, episode 26, not 27, Trent was really weird. I don't know what was going on over there. Okay, Courtney. Courtney is an S tier character as well. Yeah, honestly, like you're gonna see the obvious S tier characters. I don't think it's not that surprising that Courtney's S tier. Courtney in Island, she was really funny, and she was like, I like how she started coming out of her shell and becoming more of a character instead of just like by the books. Especially Duncan. Duncan too would be an S tier, but I'm gonna put him in A tier because just straight up like Duncan, Duncan definitely gets flanderized the most out of all the characters. Like in All Stars, he definitely had it the worst. Duncan was a really good character in Island. Like just the way he played off with every single character, even after Courtney left, like all the characters he played off with them so well. Like him with Heather, it was funny. Him with Lindsay, great. Jeff, Bridget, Lashana, all these characters, he has played off with all these characters well. I mean, not really Beth, but like they were both Total Drama Action finalists together. Like he plays off really well with all these characters, and I think that's just something really good that Duncan has. So Duncan would definitely be S tier, but because he was slanderized so bad in All Stars, I don't know why they kept trying to make him sound like a desperate wannabe cool boy, but that's not Duncan. Duncan is a really good character. He's A tier, and Courtney would definitely be like A tier also because of All Stars. Like everyone in All Stars would just go down to A tier, but I really like Courtney and I really like Gwen, and I'm not really that attached to Duncan. And it's pretty obvious Heather is the best character. Heather is the best character out of all these guys. Like Heather is just such a good character. Like ever since season 1, like it's kind of BS that she stayed for so long, but then after season 1, that's when her character truly becomes really good. Because her character was already really good, because she was a character that was like really like just a character that you hated, and then season 2, she's like a character you feel bad for because after season 1, she's basically just a joke. But then in season 3, you really see her become an underdog and come from the top, like to any of the cast. Noah is a really well fleshed out character, and I'm so glad that they fleshed him out in the Redonkulous race. I know a lot of people kept talking about how Noah should have definitely been farther in a bunch of other seasons, but I honestly don't think so, because when they brought him back in the Redonkulous race, I think they gave him as much as character development that I could have asked for a character. Like, I'm really glad that Owen and Noah got to come back to the Redonkulous race, and I really wish more characters came back to the Redonkulous race. Katie and Sadie, they could have been really they could have really been fleshed out, but they brought back Leonard. Okay, now Jeff also in the Redonkulous race. Jeff gets S. No, he gets A tier because Jeff in Total Drama Action, he really is flanderized. But I really like how he goes through a character arc in Total Drama Action, because Bridget and Jeff, Bridget's gonna go in A tier as well. Or no, what they did with him and Gwen, his relationship with him and Gwen was really good in Total Drama Island, and I wish that they had more like friendships like that, like just like random pairings. Like imagine you had like Bridget and Owen, for example, or you had like Trent and Courtney or something. Like those would have been really fun pairings. Like Jeff is a really great character, and I really love what they did with him in Redonkulous Race. Like they went back to his party boy, like chill guy persona, and it really worked on Jeff. Like the fact that he's a surfer, and when they brought him with his friend Brody, I really think that he could have brought Bridget, but the fact that he brought Brody made Jeff more of his like character type, and I really like that they like really fleshed out Jeff as his own character, and I think Jeff was very deserving of winning. Like I know people said they wanted Owen and Noah to win the Redonkulous race, but I'm really glad that they made one of the returnees a winner. And of all of them, like I think Owen winning again would have been dumb, and I really would want Noah to win a season. But Noah, I'm sorry, Noah, you and Owen have to play together. Like it just really worked well. So I'm just really glad that Jeff won a season. Like he honestly really deserved it. Like even in Island, I think he could have won that. But I think of all of them except Action, their winners were very deserved. Except All Stars and Action. Like Lindsay definitely should have earned that. Like speaking of which, and then Bridget's in B tier because Bridget's a very good character. Total Drama Island, I really liked how like Bridget like came out on her own as a character, and even in the talent show she did kind of sell that. But even Action, like Action and World Tour. World Tour was kind of a messy point for her. That's kind of why she's in B tier. But I really kind of wish that they brought her back for a Donkulous race, because then she would have been up here in A tier, been really fleshed out. Or she could have like came back, showed up for like a couple episodes, and said hi to Jeff. Like I really think that would have been really fun. So okay, now let's go. Let's go some easy picks. DJ, he is A tier. DJ is very sweet. Everybody really loves DJ. Like he's got to go B tier because DJ is just a good character. I really love DJ. DJ is like, it's kind of really sad that what they did with him in the later seasons. Total Drama Action could have really worked a lot better with DJ. The fact that he had an alliance with Chef, he could have stayed for a lot longer, and then his like character arc could have ended there. And then in World Tour, they could have just eliminated him. Really, like I think that would have been fine. Like, because DJ did get into the merge once, and then like after that, they just didn't know what to do with DJ. That's a shame, because DJ's just a really good character. He was really chill. But then they just ruined it because they just really wanted to make him a paranoid person. Like, they didn't have to make him that paranoid. Like, he was really chill, and then he just became paranoid. I'm sorry they did that to you, DJ. Okay, let's see. Beth is C tier because Beth, I love that Beth came out on her own in Total Drama Action. I really glad that they fleshed her out, especially her, Harold, and Lindsay. But I really don't think that it was really like, I don't think it was like really worth it that Beth had to be a winner, because I think when Beth came out, it was just weird because Beth, what she did with Harold, like she kissed Harold, and I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. And then Beth, like she was very flustered over Justin, but then she had a boyfriend too. So I was like, Beth, what are you doing, man? Like, Beth, you're not making yourself look like a likable character. Like, Beth, I'm glad that you won a season, but like I don't think you really deserved it. Like you weren't really like that much interesting as a character, and like people didn't like I really like that you called out Courtney and that you did all this stuff, but like You gotta make yourself likable, man. Like, cause your personality was not really like it was kind of iffy. Izzy, Izzy is an A tier character. We're gonna have to we're gonna arrange some things. Tyler, you gotta go down the B tier. Izzy is like right here. Duncan is definitely a lot better, but Izzy is just a really fun character. Like the problem with a lot of the new characters is that they're like very gimmicky. Let's say for example, Leonard, he's very gimmicky. Ronnie, very gimmicky. Beardo, very gimmicky. Izzy, the reason why Izzy works so well is because everybody's like normal, and then Izzy's the odd one out. And I love that because like Katie and Sadie, Eva, like they might be kind of weird sometimes, and even Sierra, but at least they're all normal. They all have their quirks, but they're normal. Like Trent is just a normal guy. Bridget's a normal person. Tyler, like he's a dud, but he's a normal guy. These are all normal people. She's neurotic, but she's normal. He's evil, but he's normal. All these guys are normal, but Izzy is crazy, and she basically like she emphasizes the fact that she's crazy. And but then that just makes her really funny, and it just like it makes her like play off a lot of characters really well because you put normal with crazy, and it's fun to play off of. Because in Pocket 2 Island, crazy does not really play off of crazy because everyone's crazy except like Sky and Dave. But David becomes crazy too, so it's just Sky who's normal, and she's just like has so much personality. Like she's like the Pinkie Pie of the Pinkie Pie of the total drama universe, and like so A tier. I don't know really know where to put her. Like I put her in S tier too, but like I really want to. Shauna is just such a great character. The reason why she's not in S tier is because it's a shame that they really didn't flesh her out as much as they could have. Because they kind of flanderized her in Total Drama Action and especially World Tour. I think of all these characters that could have came back, Lashana definitely deserved to come back for All Stars because they could have brought her back and they could have really made her work well. Like, or even like any other season, like they could have brought her back. Even like Revenge of the Island, like she could have made a cameo. I really think she could have. Like Lashana was a really great character and she really did stand out of all these characters. Because of all these characters, I think she really did stand out the most as like definitely like one of the most memorable characters. Like you're really like if, Lashana was just really like funny and just like Total Drama Island. She played really well with a lot of characters. Her relationship with Gwen, her relationship with Courtney, her relationship with Heather, her relationship with Duncan, Jeff, Lindsay, like even like let's see, DJ, like they were all just really like they all just really worked well with Lashana, and I'm just really glad that Lashana stayed in Total Drama Action for a while. But like I really wish they did more with her. Cody is also an S tier character. He's this is just my bias pick. Uh, the last three are definitely gonna be my bias picks. Cody is definitely like Total Drama Island. Cody was kind of weird, I can admit. Cody was really funny though. And then by Total Drama World Tour, Cody really did show off as a character. Like his relationship with Sierra was definitely one of the best relationships out there. Like not relationship wise, but like just like how they played off of each other. Like Cody just worked really well with that, and especially his relationship with Heather. Him and Heather had one of the best like character interactions. Like by the final four, you just really love the final four: Heather, Alejandro, Cody, and Sierra, because they just all work well together. Sierra, like Heather, doesn't like Alejandro. Alejandro doesn't like Heather, but they both want to be friends with Cody to get an alliance with him. And Sierra only cares about Cody. Like it just works so well. They all work well together, and it was one of the best like final fours out there. I think Total Drama Island is also one of the best too. They all like it's a good mix like of Total Drama Final Fours. And World Tour was one of the best seasons because they just made Cody such a great character. And the fact that they can make Cody like a really great character, like Total Drama Island, he didn't get enough to do. Like I really think that World Tour is a great example that like characters like Cody, Noah, or Ridiculous Race with Noah, and like Tyler in Total Drama World Tour, and Harold in action, and Beth in action, and Justin. Like you can really flesh out these characters. Eva could really be fleshed out in World Tour. Katie and Sadie. Sadie can be fleshed out in the Island. Sadie can be fleshed out in World Tour. Heck, she can come in action. Like let's see, what more characters? Justin. Like you could bring him back You can bring him back in Revenge of the Island, see more of his character. And then Ezekiel. Ezekiel, I'm gonna save Ezekiel the best for last because he is my favorite character just for a bias reason. But I'll get to that later. Like Total Drama World Tour. Okay, now Harold is also an S tier character. Like I admit, like Harold's weird, like but he just works so well like that. Like in Island, he truly shows off as a character. Like he helps win so many challenges, and it's a shame he didn't make it to merge. Like I think Harold definitely like of the things that he did in Island, he definitely deserved to be in the merge. But I'm glad that he didn't make it in the merge because he truly showed off in action. And I wouldn't even be mad if him and Duncan went up against each other in action. Like he was in the final five, but really should have been in the final four or at least third place. He deserved it more than anyone else. He was like Harold was a really great character, and I think Duncan should have definitely been Total Drama Action's like winner because I know people wanted Harold or Lindsay as like the finalists, but I think you're gonna have to fight whether you want Harold or Lindsay for it because I think Duncan could play really well with Harold, and he can play decently well with Lindsay, but just like Duncan just really like he plays off of a bunch of characters like he has to be the because also he's got a writer's pet, so you know he's going to be a winner, and so Harold gets this, or Harold is an S tier character, and like just like in World Tour, like he did get kind of flanderized a bit, like that he kind of got out really early, but I think that was fair because action he got a lot to do, but I really think if he was a winner, then getting rid of him would have made sense. He was already fleshed out enough, and even after, like in the aftermath, Harold came back and he still showed off like his song and his helping Cody. Like he truly showed that Harold truly showed that like even though he was gone for most of it, like he is a character to remember. Now Ezekiel, this is the most missed potential character. Uh, this is just gonna be my bias. Ezekiel is my favorite character. It's kind of weird. It's like, why do you like Ezekiel so much? Okay, well, this is kind of just personal. One day, okay, when I was a fan of Total Drama, Ezekiel would probably have been like C tier for me because I honestly I really thought Ezekiel was funny in World Tour. But then I don't know why, but I watched this YouTube channel and it was just an Ezekiel fan page, and they were the funniest things I've ever seen from the Total Drama community. And just that alone it made me really like Ezekiel. Like Ezekiel really is funny for the little scenes that he gets, and I get it. It's dumb that Ezekiel's here in S tier, even though he has probably the least amount of screen time out of all these people. Actually, no, Ezekiel has a lot of screen time if you really think about it. He has more screen time than probably like all the C tier, all the C and below, more than these guys especially. Because he keeps coming back. Like he came back in Revenge of the Island, he came back in All Stars, and he even showed up a bit for Redonkulous Race as a poster. And I admit, him as a feral, I really dislike, and I'm really sad that they did that to him. Because I think in World Tour, Ezekiel was really funny in the 2 episodes that we got him in. And it really showed that Ezekiel can do a lot. Like I really think that Ezekiel being in an underdog position, just like Heather, could have worked really well, and we could have had a final 4 where we had Ezekiel, Cody, Heather, and Alejandro, and then Sierra was also in the final 5, but then she gets eliminated when she blows up the blimp, and then Ezekiel gets eliminated or not blimp, airplane, but then Ezekiel gets eliminated in the episode where they're trying to get to Hawaii. Because I think that Ezekiel could have worked really well with Heather. Heather and Ezekiel, unintentionally, they're both the 2 most disliked people. Everyone here has friends. Heather does not. Anyone who also doesn't have any friends? Ezekiel. Ezekiel has no friends. And that's really sad to think about it. If you really see his scenes, you can see that Ezekiel really does try to make friends, and he really tries to fit in with people, but he can't because he's just homeschooled, and he's just out of place with everyone. There's a scene where he tries to hang out with Bridget. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure it implied that he liked Bridget, but when he hung out with Katie and Sadie, and when he hung out with some of these characters, they really did not want to talk to him, and it makes you feel bad, because at one point, Harold and Ezekiel, they had a good exchange with each other. They talked like they were friends. But it's just a shame. They really could have fleshed out Ezekiel's character, but then they made him feral, and I don't know why they did that. It's just it's inhumane, and it's just like it wasn't funny. It didn't do anything in the show to prove anything. Because Total Drama Island's supposed to be like a realistic show, and it's not really realistic because there's sharks and there's just a bunch of things going on. Like there's snow in like Canada, or like not Canada, but just like in Muskoka, like Ontario. Like it's just like none of it made sense. But like being feral was definitely jumping the gun. I think that was just too much. And it just really flanderized Ezekiel, and it just ruined his character. Because I think Ezekiel really could have came back, and especially in World Tour. I want to make a video where Ezekiel has a character arc, and I would have really loved to see that. And yeah, I think this is my final list. Let me see. Now, let me just go over characters so I think that like need to return and like get more development. So I've already gone through Ezekiel, and I really think that he needs to get development. He needs to come back and have a character arc. Like, I think there should be a season where like if they ever make another season, they need to make a season where like I don't think Ezekiel should necessarily win, but he goes into the merge and he comes back. Like he comes back and he's newly reformed, and we can really do a lot with this character. He was feral at one point. He lost his humanity. Just the amount of trauma Ezekiel endured, there is so much you can do with that. And like Ezekiel can be such a really well portrayed character of like someone who's dealt with a lot of PTSD. Like it would really work. And like I really hope Total Drama ever did something realistic like that, because Ezekiel could be a great representation of PTSD. And then Cody, I think Cody worked well enough. I think after World Tour, I think he's really well fleshed out, and I think if he ever came back, I wouldn't want him to make it really far again, but I think it would be really nice to see him come back, and I think maybe bring back Sierra too, or even like other characters that he can play off with. I think All Stars he could have definitely came back and like played off of Gwen. Harold, I think Harold definitely needs his time back in the spotlight. After World Tour, he definitely showed that he still had more potential. And Heather, too. Like, I think Heather, Gwen, and Courtney, I think they're all good for now. But I wouldn't be mad if they all came back. And Alejandro, too. Alejandro definitely doesn't need more development either, but I would love to see him come back. Because in All-Stars, they definitely didn't give him new development, but they kind of kept him around for so long because he's just such a great player. Like, he didn't need to learn anything. He didn't need to do anything because he's just Alejandro. And Lindsay, they need to give her back more development. All Stars was definitely a failure for her. They really need to reintroduce the character again and just show like Lindsay. Yes, Lindsay is a powerhouse, and you really don't realize it. Jeff, I think Jeff is fine. Redonkulous Race really did everything you could have ever wanted from him. Lashana, I think Lashana needs to come back too. Lashana needs needs to be more fleshed out again. Like they really need to reintroduce Lashana. Duncan, I think Duncan is good enough, but after his whole arc in All Stars, they definitely need to bring him back, and it's fine if they eliminate him early. But like I think it's great that they should bring him back and like just reintroduce this character again. Izzy, Izzy needs to be more fleshed out again too. I think that after World Tour, they kind of forgot about Izzy a bit, and I think Izzy just like they don't need to flesh her out again, but just having her be crazy again, let her have fun. Like I don't think she could make merge or anything, but like just have her around just to like poke fun at all these new characters and their gimmicks. And Owen and Noah, I think that they're definitely good for now. Like Redonkulous Race did enough. Like I think it did enough that I could ask for. They got enough development. Justin definitely needs more development though. Justin's Total Drama action, like his character development, it was really nice. Like it was really nice to see him come out on top again and start speaking a lot. But I really think he could have worked better as a villain. And I think like even him and Alejandro, they could definitely have like a rivalry. And I think if you wanted to expand Alejandro's character, you should definitely give him a rivalry between him and Justin. So yeah, let Justin come back another season. Tyler definitely deserves another season. DJ definitely deserves another season. Bridget too. The fact that Jeff got to branch off on his own, I think it's about time that Bridget gets more character development because Bridget is a good character. And Tyler, he's really funny. In World Tour, when we got him back, we really do need more of him. And DJ, he definitely got flanderized in the later seasons. And I think it's about time that DJ comes back and just really proves himself. Trent too. I think Trent, if he ever came back in the season, he definitely does need to come back with Gwen. But I don't think like they should like try to reintroduce a relationship with them again. But I think they should reintroduce their like kind of like the relationship that they had. Like not like get them back together, but just like because him and Gwen really did play off really well. And Trent was a really good person. And I think that Trent really needs more development because Trent was your average everyday guy, but I think there's more you can do with Trent. Like just based on like the things that he did and like even his like OCD, like you can bring it back, but it can like it really like it should be something that like can help him. Like or not help him, but like kind of like build his character, make him more fleshed out. I think Beth after action, like she definitely got all the character development she needs, but I wouldn't be really opposed that if she came back. Sierra, I think Sierra after All Stars, I think you definitely did enough with her. But if she ever did come back, please bring her back with Cody because I think she would do really good. And for her by herself, like even without Cody, please write her well as a character again. Eva, Katie, and Sadie, they definitely need another season. They like Katie and Sadie should definitely have been in the Redonkulous race, and please let them make a second season of the Redonkulous race. I would really love to see Katie and Sadie come as a group and like they make it to like let's say the final 12 or something, and then they start bickering because they start like realizing that their friendship like I would love to see like best friends race together, but we already got them. Eva and then Eva would definitely she definitely deserved. So if they ever did, please bring back Langley if you want to. So overall, I think that of all the characters that should come back, I think that in terms of coming back to have fun, it should be Izzy to have fun, uh, Izzy to have fun, and then Gwen, Courtney, and Heather to have fun. Same with Alejandro, and then characters that need to come back to reintroduce themselves as characters. Lindsay with Shauna, Duncan, and Harold, and Justin, and then characters that need to be fixed and like basically brought back just to like remember like yes they were in the limelight and they were important characters like Trent, Bridget, like these characters really need to branch off by themselves. DJ, like they need to come back and become like really good characters again. And then characters that I think like could really deserve a lot of development, like Tyler and Ezekiel and even Harold. I think I already mentioned Harold, so I'm not gonna say it again. But Ezekiel definitely deserves a lot of development. Even after his whole feral stage, his PTSD story arc could work really well. And Tyler, like, there is really more to him. And like, recently there was like a whole thing about him and Lindsay breaking up. So you could have a whole character arc about that and how Tyler tries to learn to work at that, work with it. And then even like Sierra and Cody, they could definitely come back to have fun. Um, and then Eva, Katie, and Sadie, they really need to just be fleshed out. They just need to come back just to be fleshed out. With Shauna, he's come back to have fun. And but then Justin, like Justin really like just to play off the new characters, he worked really well.